Jason Stricevich is a real estate broker located in the Seattle, Washington area. He has a passion for understanding and achieving his clients' goals, and that has been a cornerstone for his successful career. He originally studied marketing at the University of Washington and combines that educational background to have a deep commitment with his clients. He combines that with his in his spare time now. He's a foodie. He loves the outdoors, and he spends his extra spare time with his better half, Krista, his daughter, Alora, and his pets. Jason, thank you for spending your time with us and sharing a little bit about yourself and your real estate journey. To start off the conversation, I'm curious, let's start at the beginning. How did you join the real estate industry?
Hi, everyone. Uh, so, I've been in sales most of my life. One of the biggest was 8 years with an energy drink called Zip Fizz. I worked my way up from just like sampling at the Costco to the executive vice president over 8 years. That was pretty awesome. When that ended, I actually tried out entrepreneurship, and a buddy of mine was doing the vape stuff, the smoking cessation basically. And he had given me some. I'd never smoked, but for some odd reason, my entire family smoked. So I was able to get people off of smoking. And it seemed to be, from what I've looked at, it seemed to be very, very safe. So I was like, hey, let's start this business. So I did that for about 5 years, and it was up and down, up and down, up and down. And so somewhere in there, I was like, you know what, I got to find something new. This isn't working. And I decided to do real estate. In fact, back in 2008, uh, 2000, no, in 2001, it was 2001, I got sober. I'm 23 years sober, it's a big pat on my back. I love sharing that with anybody. And if you think you might need to do that, do it now. It's such a great helps with a great success story. So in 2001, it was either go back to school or be a real estate agent. And I decided to go back to school, and I got my degree at University of Washington. Um, Time goes on. I'm in this failing entrepreneurship, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the real estate. It was 2005. Um, and No, it's 2015, sorry, 2015, not 2005, 2015. I was doing it part time. I took the class online. I was doing it part time for 6 months. I sold 3 homes like in 6 months, just doing it on nights and weekends. And I was like, this seems pretty awesome. And I'd gotten some money in those checks. So I decided to go full time. In my first full year, I got Rookie of the Year, and continued to accelerate and excel in real estate. And I've been doing it now 10 years. Did 10 years in June. So
Yeah, close enough.
yeah,
And
right there.
whenever you first joined the industry, did you go solo or did you join under a team?
I went solo. A buddy of mine, mom owned the Home Smart that I'm here in Seattle. So they got me into it, and I never looked back. It was smaller at that point. I mean, we have 260 agents now, all over the Pacific Northwest. Um, but oh, I just spaced. What was the question? Sorry.
You answered it. Whenever you first joined, were you solo or team, and you
Oh,
decided to do solo? Whenever you first joined the industry, do you remember where you got your first transaction from? Was it someone you knew personally or cold call?
yeah, no, that's a great question. So I know marketing. I was already the whole time. It took me 3 months to get my license. I was telling everybody I was going to be a real estate agent, and even Terry, my managing broker, was like, "Hey, slow down, slow down." But I was like, I'm just going to get this locked in. And before I got my license, I had my first client. A friend of mine was looking to buy a condo in Woodinville, Washington. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, I believe we even closed within my first month, if not just after my first month of having a license. So it was pretty awesome. And when I first started, I was definitely a solo agent. I came in from the entrepreneurship and babysitting employees. I wanted none of that. I wanted it
Yeah.
only to be on me. I wanted it only to be on me. It was my hard work, my time, my effort, and my big prize at the end. So I was solo from the start. I went to the YouTube education. I have a, I have a master's in YouTube. Plus, I had great mentors. And anybody that does well in real estate has had a good mentor or coaching. 10 years in, I'm back to coaching again. I just got started a coach in January. I'd done Tom Ferry in the past. So you aren't people that's you want somebody that can tell you how to do it. There's no reason to redo the wheel or whatever that sailing is, saying is. You just want to jump right in and go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So fast forward 9, almost 10 years in, has the structure of your business changed at all in terms of having any support, whether it's like part-time, full-time, overseas staff or help in any way?
I do have an ISA. I've had her for about 2 years now. Nothing feels better than somebody calling on your behalf to help make you money, while you're playing with your kid. I've really, I've really worked my business kind of to where I get a lot of family time, and with using efficiencies and things like that. ISA, a great software, Follow Up Boss, with Elena's touch. I'm able to work without working.
Yeah.
It's work without working. So I can, currently be out snow sledding on 2 snow days this last week. While someone's making phone calls for me and my follow-up boss is following up. Um, and I
Yeah.
come in with warm leads.
Yeah, that's great. Where did you find your ISA?
She hit me up actually. Um, I wasn't even looking. I'd had an ISA in the past, and I had her for about a year, and it wasn't as awesome as I thought. And so, she hit me up on Facebook, I think Messenger, and I was like, call me tomorrow and sell me.
Hmm.
And she called me the next day, and she had every answer that could. I mean, I was running her, trying to keep it going, and she was awesome. So she's jumped on. She might even be, you know what I mean? It's 3 years because there's been 2 tough years. She was here on the good year. So, so 2022, 23, and 24. So yeah, she's been 3 years. Um, Obviously, we've had a couple tough years here. Um, but she's, pulled off, a sale or two here and there, and definitely follow up to where I feel like I can still enjoy my off time while she's making calls.
That's great. And is she local to where you are?
Philippines,
It's great. Is
4 year
she?
degree, four
Yeah.
4 year degree, writes better than me. She's pretty awesome. She'll do anything, and she jumps on anything. She just circle prospects, follows up on my leads. I've got 8,000 person database now over the 10 years of, paid leads, and, just circle prospecting, and, the daily grind.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. So would you be open to sharing where you get the majority of your business from today?
Well, I wish I could say it was some cool paid thing that makes it super simple, but these last couple of years have been tough, and it's grind, it's phone calls, it's. I did just have a paid lead come through. I did have a realtor.com, and it was a buy and a sell, and it'd been a year since anything had come from that.
Mm.
Um, Kind of that basic old school stuff just isn't hitting like it did. Um, my first year with like realtor.com, I mean, I sold 7 homes with barely spending anything, and fast forward today, it's not like that anymore. And so it's really my sphere and past. All my sales have been sphere, and the last 2 slow years have been sphere and friends and family.
And what do you do to sort of maintain the relationships with your sphere and past clients and family?
Well, I should move more phone calls to be honest, but I do a lot of social media. I think you can follow me on social media and feel like you know me. It's not all just open houses and whatever. It's not even 50-50. It's more personal than, I do have like Instagrams that are almost all business and things like that, but I try to add all of my clients on Facebook, and stick to that and just be real.
What social media platforms are you on?
I mean, I do. It's Facebook is my biggest, but I have TikTok, and I've done. I outsourced video when they cut it up and make it look cool, make it look
Short
like
or
you did really good.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I did that pretty hardcore. Like every day, I posted a video, and I mean, it was good. It definitely helped with my sphere. They were like, "Wow, Jace, you know a lot. This stuff is great." Did I go viral and have a million people now? No, nothing like that. But my Facebook, and my Instagram are pretty much my big. I do have TikToks, but mostly it's Facebook. Especially in my demographic. I'm in my 50s,
Yeah.
I you're 40 to 50, 30 to 50, 40 to 60, are still Facebook heavy.
Hmm.
Those
And then what?
youngsters, those youngsters and
Yeah.
their TikTok.
Right. And then what sorts of technology do you use to support you? Like what CRM do you use? What website do you use? Things like that.
I use Follow Up Boss for my CRM. Um, I've had it, and it's been, how long have you been? I think I've had it 6 years, probably, maybe
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. I've used it since 2015. So I don't know if.
Oh, so that's 10 years. So you got me. It was pretty quick. I mean, I used the realtor.com. What was transaction desk? No. Anyways, I used one for a couple years that was big at the time, but it was just like so monstrous.
Hmm.
And then I found
Top
Follow Up
producer
Boss.
maybe or
Yes, top producer. Yep, yep,
okay.
yep, yep. It's kind of like Salesforce. You know what I mean? It can do
Yeah.
everything, but it's just hard to figure it out. You
Yeah.
need an IT person to kind of run the whole thing. Where Follow Up Boss was just so easy and pretty basic. And I jumped in and I did it all myself. I mean, well, we'll talk about probably how me and you met, but I thought I did it really good until you came and looked at it and you're like, you could do this, 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 this. It's like, yeah, I probably could do all those, huh? All right. But so Follow Up Boss, and then Easy Agent Pro is my website. I've had them probably just as long. I keep looking. I'm always checking out new things, especially with our artificial intelligence, AI. I love ChatGPT. I mean, I use it probably daily.
Hmm.
Um, so anything I'm a sucker for jumping on the webinars too, and like, buying into things. And I do use a company called Samware that is nurturing through AI it's another CRM basically, but I use Follow Up Boss. But a lot of new leads are going into this Samware, and it seems pretty good. I mean, it's in fact, I just got someone just said 3 bedroom, 2 baths, so it'll go in there, and the artificial intelligence will run it with them with the main goal to get a warm call set up, but it's hard for me to sit back while I'm hearing them say they're looking for a 3 bedroom, 2 baths. So I always
Uh-huh.
jump in.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool. Is it the best? I don't. I mean, I think we got some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline as this artificial intelligence stuff grows. Not that it's going to replace the human voice and our sense of humor and you know the witty stuff. But it's pretty cool. Use it while you can, just in case it does take over sometime.
Right. So going back to Follow Boss, how did you find out about Follow Boss, and then what made you decide to start using it?
So I mean, I would just do those anytime I'd see something that looked cool. I would do their sales pitch, and I did a lot of sales pitches, and I did a lot of the cheap ones, and I did a lot of the expensive ones, and I did a little bit, and I always do the freebie while I had top producer going. I would play with it, and then I'd be like, nah. And I mean, Follow Up Boss just seems so simple. I mean, they've added a lot of stuff. You got to keep up. I mean, it's getting big and kind of, you know, not bulky, but it still does its basic stuff, which is awesome. But it's that new like, I mean, my ISA makes phone calls on it, and I love the notes it makes of the call. I mean, it's fantastic. So yeah, they're throwing tossing in the AI here and there too. So I've been really enjoying it. But it was just from going and seeing what everybody had to offer, and Follow Up Boss to me had by far the best, especially at that current time, and I still think today.
Okay, so then let's fast forward. You sign up for Follow Up Boss. You did some setting up on your own. Then how did you and I originally get connected? Was it through the Follow Up Boss Facebook group?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was the follow up Facebook group. You had just, basically I had saw someone recommended you. I probably said asked or or saw someone ask and recommended you. So I hit you up and I was like, just like I said, I was at that time especially I was really into it and thought I had it all set up nice and smooth. And you're like, hey, just let me look at it and I'll give you some input. And I mean, I couldn't say no to that. And you did have a bunch of great great input and I hired you to make the changes which were quick and easy. And you know, the best part about you, Elena, is it just keeps you're it's constant. You are always adding new things and a lot of times free to the people that are, have been with you, just a quick update, nothing big, but I mean, it's been pretty awesome. And I love seeing you grow, and your business grow. I think you probably work too much from what it sounds like and what I see. Uh,
Working on it. Working on balancing for sure. It's the
yeah, you can
last
build
year.
businesses you can build businesses with you stuck in it, or you can build businesses with you out here watching. And it's always good to try to do it this way, or at least have a nice balance.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, can you give an overview of sort of what changed in your Follow Up Boss account? What we set up for you?
I mean, I just had the basics. The follow up boss people were great, but I don't think their follow up emails as they were going were as good as they could be. Um, and you came in with much more updated, much more catchy timelines and ways to put the people, nurture. Uh, you know, you made it simple to where I probably haven't paid attention much, to be honest. Now it kind of runs itself, but where I should pay probably a bit more attention. But yeah, I mean, just simplified it and gave me better ways to uh, use my clients as they come in and put them in nurture, buyers, sellers, buyer, seller, um, you know.
Yeah. And following, well, I guess first, how long have you had the setup? I think you may have been one of the first clients we worked
Yeah, it
with.
was quick. It was quick. I mean, I didn't have follow up bus long, so it would have been pretty quick. And yeah, I believe I was one of your first. It was yeah, no assistance, no, you're no web calls, no. It was just you on the Facebook page basically,
Yeah.
and referring you. I referred you. I don't know how many times on that page.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of
So
course.
then, what sorts of results have you seen as far as like have leads been responding to the campaigns and the automations? Are you able to, or I guess, is your ISA using the Follow Up Boss setup of the smart list? Are you able to now clearly see who to follow up with each day? Things
I
like that.
mean, probably not as good as it should, but she does have a list. She gets in 50 calls a day on the follow up boss. Anyways, we have a speed dialer and she kind of rips through. She'll follow up with the people I'm supposed to be following up with because she knows I won't. Um, I like the nice warm leads, not the ones that I set a year from last year. Like, oh, we're not thinking about selling. Maybe next year. So she'll go in and call those people just to set a warm lead up, a warm appointment up for me. Um, but yeah, I do get people. Sometimes it's just them saying yes. I don't need to be on this list anymore because you throw those in every once in a while, which is smart because you don't want to bug people.
Hmm.
But I do get people that reply quite often, especially when you got 8,000, so you're going to get them. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's helped. It's definitely helped.
Yeah. Yeah. So, final question for you, Jason, as we wrap up the conversation, and you might have to think about this one because it's a little bit off topic. I'd love to hear of some type of strategy you've implemented over the past 9, 10 years in your business that's had some type of impact in your business. It doesn't have to be specific to follow up boss or technology, just some type of strategy that's had some type of impact in helping your business grow, in client retention, or just helping in overall client retention or business and sales. What is one thing that you can think of that you're open to sharing with others?
So I believe I did it in 2021. I decided to stop chasing first time home buyers and the low hanging fruit. You know, those 50-cent stamps work in the same neighborhoods as the $300,000 houses as the $2 million houses. And I know when you start, you think that you can't go to those $2 million houses because that's where all the big wigs, so many people go and hit those. Well, they don't really. They don't because they think the same way that you're thinking. So, I just made a point that I didn't want to, I sell about 20 homes, 21, 22. I mean, the last couple of years, I've only sold 10, 7 and 10. It's been tough, but I just read that 75% of agents didn't sell a home last year. And the
Yeah, I
last
saw
time
that.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, and the last time that this little of homes sold, it's not 2008. It was 1996. So
Your home? Is that what you're saying? Your home?
no homes. This little amount of homes sold in
Oh,
2024.
oh wow.
2023 was less than 2008. So I heard that it was all the way back into the mid 90s since this little of homes have sold.
Is this your area
Total homes.
specifically or the
No, no.
entire? Oh
Total
wow.
homes sold.
Wow.
Total homes sold. Yeah, it's
Nice.
a national statistic. So but you know what? Every day, and this is someone told me this, every day Ricky Kruth, he's a free, he's awesome, great energy. He's a free coach. I listen to his stuff all the time. But he'll tell you every day a home sells. Every day. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what is going on in the world. COVID's every day a home sells, and you just got to be the person selling that home.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2021, when I decided I wanted to bring up my average sold home and to
Mm-hmm.
get out of the condos and single family small homes and stuff, and it worked. I mean, I changed my Facebook ads. I changed, I targeted different areas and different things. I went for Kirkland instead of just generically first time home buyers or the uh, Washington State. What am I'm not going to remember the name, but all the first time home buyer, you know, programs basically. And it's low hanging fruit. It's good. I actually went back to
Yeah.
that because of things aren't selling as much. I was like, I'll take I'll go back to low hanging fruit. But I got a little bit of both over the last couple of years. So but yeah, it's going after those big homes, man. So I went from selling 20 homes to still selling 20 homes, but my average went from 500 to 900,000 a home. So I mean, I'm not working any harder. I'm just working smarter.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, usually when
Yeah,
you hear about agents who go up in price point, they sell less homes, but now you're still selling the same amount of homes just at a higher price point. So that's awesome that you're
yeah,
greatly increasing your income there.
yeah. Well, yeah, 2022 and 2021 and 2022 were fantastic. 23 and 24 has been hard, and I'm sure it's hard for everybody. Can't be just me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very good. Well, Jason, thank you so much for your time and sharing a bit about your journey and that interesting tip. That's a new one I hadn't heard before, so that was very helpful, and I really appreciate that. If you'd ever be open to sharing exactly how you did that and shifted, I know a lot of people can definitely be scared, especially if they've been so used to that first time home buyer going from renter to buyer kind of audience and used to working with those clients. If you ever be open to teaching and sharing exactly how you did that, would love to have you teach on that.
Okay,
Awesome. Well,
sounds
thank you so
good.
much, Jason. Take care. I appreciate it.
All right, all right.